A tip I can give you to become confident in your voice is to be able to work with what you have. So for example, like give yourself like a thorough analysis of like what tessitura you have, what's your vocal range, what songs basically go like, you know, well with your style and stuff like that. And that way you can be able to know what your strengths are. And you know what's the best part as well? You know what your weaknesses are too. So that way you can avoid that. And you focus on the positive and you focus on strengthening your weaknesses. So that way your weaknesses also become your strengths. So that's actually something really, really specific you should do. Like try to find where your voice is in terms of range, in terms of style, in terms of technique, like capability and stuff like that. And most importantly, always sing for yourself. By singing for yourself, other people will hear you. And that way your self-love that you are inflicting to yourself right now by singing for yourself will inspire others. And that way you will start singing for other people. If that makes sense. It's very dramatic the way I like to like explain it, but that's basically how I like, you know, learned. It's always good to practice self-love. I found out that I hate the sound of my own voice. That used to be me until, well, I found you guys and until I, you know, learned to be like humble and satisfied with what I have. And I aim to achieve other like things with what I have, you know? No matter how you sound, there will be music that goes with it. Exactly, yeah. And there are multiple tools. Yeah, I'm a pick me girl. There are multiple tools that you can use to like, you know, make songs fit your voice. You can basically lower down the key. You can use like other types of arrangements, like acoustic arrangements, rock arrangements, like jazz arrangements. I think it's pretty cool, you know? You can always make it work as well. And of course, there will be songs with singers similar to your voice that you can always also practice on. Don't be ashamed of pitching down songs. Don't be ashamed of like lowering down the key. Don't be ashamed to sing that lower octave. If it fucks up your voice, it's not worth it. But if you want to ever aim to be able to sing that high octave, make sure to do it safely. My beef with my voice is that I seem too monotone to do stuff like singing or impressions. Well, don't you practice, buddy? You find someone you really like and you copy the way you inflex your voice and, you know, you mimicry a lot. I learned a lot through mimicry and imitation. Like, that's like a very basic like skill and a very basic like, you know, technique. You like how I talk. You know, start talking like I do. And you learn. And little by little, you make your own technique. And you apply your own stuff, you know? It's really cool. It's very sick. It's the journey of, like, self-discovery in terms of music, of what music you want to do, what music you like, what music you achieve, like, want to achieve, is very, very enjoyable, punishing, and very humbling. Because like sometimes you realize you're not that good like you thought. You know, sometimes you realize you fucking suck. And and that's the best part. You know, you fucking suck, which means you can improve. And improvement is not always like from 1 to 0. Improvement is not linear. Improvement is gradual, you know? Thanks, man. That's a positive way of looking at that. Yeah, of course, you know, like I know sometimes fake optimism and over positivity can be really fucking annoying, but you know what, sometimes you gotta be a little bit delulu to be true Lulu. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you gotta live the world through delusion in order for it to work out. You know, it happens. Yeah, exactly. Fake it until you make it. That's the best part of it. The Lulu is just a Lulu at times. But of course, always have a grasp of reality, right? even though it's difficult, sometimes you have to put your feet on like the nastiest, dirtiest ground where you belong, and you have to realize that you suck in order to improve. Thank you for always being an inspiration for all of us. To be honest, this convo is so wholesome, I'm going to explode. You make me want to chase my own idol dreams, so thank you so much. If I may ask, what is your biggest tip for becoming an idol? The moment you inspire someone to become an idol, you know? The moment I became an idol because I wanted to inspire people. Because I was inspired when I was young, and that literally gave me my life back. I was in a really dark place when that shit was happening. And the fact that, you know, someone else's voice saved me, someone else's like inspiration saved me, someone else's drive saved me, and gave me my own drive. Fuck, that made me want to become an idol, you know? I've always wanted to, like, save people the same way I was saved. And it's not because I have a savior fucking complex. It's because I know how fucking important it is to have inspirations. I genuinely want to make the world a better place. Even though if I'm insanely flawed, even though if I'm not perfect, I wanted to inspire people the same way I was inspired. Because believe it or not, that fucking kept me going. And I want to keep you guys going. I know life is difficult, so we should just make it easier to live on, you know? I genuinely love music. Music is life-saving, so I am at the best job ever. No, for real though. For real. Like, I am not bullshitting you. If it wasn't because of glutamine, I would not be here. Even though I didn't understand a single fucking lick of what he said, I could feel his emotions through his singing. And that made me really happy, you know? That made me realize, like, maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to keep going forward. Like, maybe my own will and my own self-strength is stronger to my issues. And you know what? They were at that time. I know it's crazy and it's very cliche to like talk about these things, and I know some of you guys might not like conversations like this, but I feel like they're, you know, somewhat needed here and there. You know, maybe someone's having a bad day and someone's trying to find their inspiration, and maybe I can be that small, like, you know, shimmer of light that can keep them going. Which is why I chose my Oshi mark to be that. You know, I am not bright enough to be a sun, but I want to be bright enough to at least be, like, you know, the small light that can guide you to the dark path. So yeah. That's why I chose my low brightness Oshi mark, because I want to be that low brightness that keeps you going on.
Hakka 3D, guys. My boy is the epitome of idol. Out of all of this, he's an idol. He is true and purely an idol. He did a full-on fucking concert. That's nothing to scoff at. That is nothing. Think I could do that? Hell fucking no. One of the reasons I have so much respect for these boys is I look at what they do and I go to myself, I could not do that. Everyone has such diverse talents, whether it be singing, whether it be showmanship or body language or whatever. It is incredibly impressive what they're capable of. Hakka sounded, I can't believe that's like live. His vocals were fucking stunning. So good. That was no karaoke. Incredible. He did an amazing job. He should be so proud of himself because, you know, everyone busted their ass to get to this point. So big props to him. He is officially an idol. Yeah, and he had great stage presence. Yeah, he's my angel of music.